We had Oregon weather, now we have New Hampshire weather out here.
This is not New Hampshire. Well, this is summertime in New Hampshire. This is beautiful out here. So.
Did you see the new CFP poll that dropped, or rankings that dropped?
Saw those.
Did you have a thought on that? Not moving up, even though those other teams lost.
Where it matters is 4 weeks from now. A lot of football to be played between now and then, so I think you can get caught up in it. I think it's good for television, good for people to talk about. ESPN gets a TV show out of it. People tune in, but if you don't win your next 4 games, then it really doesn't matter. So I think we want to be in the conversation, but the only way you can stay in the conversation is if you continue to prepare well and play well on Saturday. So that's kind of what we can control. So.
We talked a lot about Jacob Sykes as a smart young man, but how have you thought about his football play?
I think Jacob's done a nice job. You know, we felt like we needed some inside presence and help, and bringing in both him and Gary inside. Really, both of those guys have played really, really well for us. Give us a little bit added dimension there. They're both a little bit different size-wise. Gary's a little bit more stout, over 300 pounds, but I think Jacobs is twitchy, he moves well. He's really smart. He's got a great understanding of what schemes he's facing and what he's going to do. I think he's been a great teammate. I think everybody around him just enjoys being around him, and he fit in right from the jump. So we're really happy that we got a chance to get him.
I talked to Coach Murphy. He said at the NFL level he probably sees him as more of an edge. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think size-wise, that's what he matches up. He's probably not the size that the interior guys in the National Football League are. Most of those guys are 300 plus, and I don't think Jacob would carry 300 plus right well. So he's got to probably be, see if what he can do on the edge or in the pass rush situation. And in our situation, with the edge players we have, with Latu and Murphys and Bo and those guys, he's more valuable to us on the inside. But I do think he has some position versatility.
Well, what do you see out of Arizona offensively?
Arizona's really explosive on the offensive side of the ball. That's obviously their strength. The quarterback obviously was at Washington State before and then transferred down there. He's everybody knows about him, knew about him. He's a great player from Hawaii. He's a gunslinger. I think he's got a lot of toughness to him. He's going to run around. He's going to keep plays alive. He's not afraid of throwing the ball up there. And they got some receivers that will go get it. So it's really their passing attack that gets your most attention. But they can run the football too. So the strength of their football team is their offensive football team, and they've scored a lot of points. They've done a really nice job. Jed's done a really good job with them on the offensive side of the ball. So we got to be prepared going against this group.
Defensively, how are they different from they were last year?
It's a different scheme and a different coordinator, and Donnie Brown left and went to become the head coach at UMass. So I think there was a scheme change. There's still basically a 4-2-5 operation. Donnie ran a lot of packages. There was 3 down, 2 down, 1 down, 5 down. I think they've settled a little bit more. I think they're sound in their approach on the defensive side of the ball. They got some really good athletes on that side of the ball that run around. I think they're mixing in some younger players right now. And as you see the season goes along, I think those younger players are getting more reps. So I think they're getting them integrated in their system, but it's a really sound system that you need to be prepared because they got a good mix. They're not just playing one style. They'll blitz you some plays and play man coverage behind it. Then other plays are going to play 2 deep zone and try to keep the ball in front of them. So I think it's a really sound defense, and we got to be prepared by going against them.
Looking at your running back depth, how far away is Deshaun Morrell from making his way back?
He's practicing.
Okay.
So he's here.
How's Zach?
Zach's coming along. We practiced yesterday.
And Keegan?
Keegan should practice today.
How has having Ross Shumway kind of take the reins on nutrition for your team paid off for the players?
How has what?
How has having Ross Shumway, nutritionist, kind of take the reins?
Yeah, I mean, we've always had a nutritionist position here. Ross is our latest, and he's outstanding. I think he does a tremendous job. I think really meeting with the players on a one-on-one, because what's good for one player may not necessarily be good for another player. There's some players that need to gain weight and then struggle from that standpoint. There's some players that need to lose weight and struggle from that standpoint. So I think the one-on-one stuff that Ross has really provided for us has been outstanding.
How's Coach McGovern coming along?
Coach McGovern's doing well. So he's here today. Again, it's a day-by-day thing, just like everybody else.
Hopefully he'll be there Saturday.
I'm hopeful that he'll be here on Wednesday. So I'll take care of Wednesday when Wednesday happens. So Saturday's a long way for all of us. So. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.